When are we doing it? We doing it now?
We're doing it right now, Mac. It's on right now.
Nice.
We are live, guys. Welcome to Rant Café number 13. And basically what we do here at Rant Café is we discuss important issues. Right now, Mac. It's on right now. Whose echo is that? Is it mine? All right.
Yes, someone's watching your stream.
People watch this? Nice.
What?
Yeah, so basically what we do here at Rant Café, in case you don't know, is we talk about interesting issues in the world of anime. And we had a very interesting issue arise recently with PewDiePie, the biggest YouTuber in history, right? What happened was he was basically attacked by certain media outlets, the Wall Street Journal in particular, they looked at his YouTube videos, they took some stuff out of context, jokes and satire, and what they did was portray him as an anti-Semite, a Nazi sympathizer, essentially. And what happened now is that he was dropped by his studio, Maker Studios, and also he's had some economic repercussions from YouTube. So we thought that this was a really important, as YouTubers, topic to discuss, and also talk about how this relates to the anime community. Because as anime YouTubers, we have a lot of issues with YouTube as well, with things like false copyright claims and things like that. So we wanted to discuss all of that, the issue of free speech on YouTube, whether we're being restricted by things like copyright laws and so forth, by things like being misrepresented and stuff like that. So yeah, welcome everyone, and it's going to be a fun time this week, and we have a bunch of our awesome guests here. First, I'll introduce you to Macklenot. What's up, Mac?
Oh, not much. You know, just sipping on the good stuff and talking about the PewDiePies and the stuff. Yeah, good.
I actually have a Tim Hortons mug.
Whoa, nice.
Oh, roll up that rim, boy.
I will after I drink it. I will do it. I won't forget. And we also have, of course, Bryn from Bryn's Fandoms. What's up, Bryn?
Hello, hi. Hope everyone's all excited. Yeah, talk about all the PewDiePie.
Well, thanks, Bryn. We also have Cyanide Blizzard. What's up, bro?
It's great to be here today. Thank you very much, Annie Mac.
And also Briggs from All the Anime.
Hello, hello. I also have a free coffee from Tim Hortons right here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Represent.
Oh, jealous.
Nice. And we also have Anime Recon. What's up, bro?
What is up? Hashtag Recon no Piku.
Oh no.
Not again.
It's already started. I love it.
Wow, everybody knows because of this.
The hashtags are beginning.
Hashtag Recon no Piku.
Yeah, and yeah, so welcome everybody. Welcome everyone in the chat and everyone who's watching. And one thing I wanted to also actually say that there is a video that we have right now called Top 3 Reasons Alush is Still Alive. You might have seen it. A Code Geass video on our channel. That is currently under a totally bogus copyright claim that basically doesn't allow us to monetize it and allows the company that claimed it to monetize it eventually. But it's completely bogus because it falls under fair use. So just to give you the example of our own situation, they claimed 40 seconds out of this almost 13-minute video, a clip from Code Geass, the final episode, where I talk over it, and I also include arrows pointing to certain parts in the actual scene. So it's completely covered under fair use. It's obviously not a full episode. They're not losing any money by me analyzing this. If anything, they're gaining money, gaining hype and interest into the series, which is going to translate into merchandise. So it's a completely bogus claim. But the reason I haven't disputed it yet is because I know that once I dispute it, the video could be taken down for up to 2 weeks. And I didn't want to do that. I didn't want to go through that. Although I am convinced that I would win, but I do want to challenge that because I tried contacting this company. It's called like Melberries or something.
Oh I know them.
I've been hit by them as well.
Yeah.
I've tried.
Is it a claim or a strike?
It's just a claim.
It does. Don't worry about it. It won't affect you.
No, it does affect me because I don't want them making money off my hard work.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I tried contacting them in a very civil way and explaining that, this is clearly fair use, that this is not right, but they never got back to me. So eventually I probably will fight this, but I would like to hear what you guys have, some experiences that you guys have had, perhaps issues with your YouTube career that you want to raise in this, whether it's a free speech issue or whether it's a false claim or anything like that, kind of like start off that way? And who would like to start?
I could probably go ahead because I actually lost my original channel, Countering a Claim.
Okay, perfect. Go ahead, Zach.
No, usually in most cases, what a lot of instances are is they're bots. Bots will hunt down specific segments of clips and generally will flag a video. And it's a rough rumor in the AniTube community that if you have a clip that's anywhere between 8 to 10 seconds, that's sort of considered to be the ideal length. Anything over than that length is probably going to end up getting hit with a claim or a strike. That's the rumor. That's not a definitive, though. There are people that will directly repost videos and will not get hit, and there will be other people who will use small segments, as what happened with AniMac, and they will get hit. On my previous channel, I had gotten hit with 6 strikes, and I was able to counter all of them. It's sort of a weird science because the thing is that you'll get Japanese company that will file claim. I gotten claims from Sony Music of Japan on anime clips that don't even have any music in them. So yeah, I don't really know how it works. So it's with the bots, you could try contacting them, but I found the best course of action is to counter the claim. But it's been sort of an uphill battle for a lot of AniTubers, especially accumulating from December of 2015 to probably about February is where it really blew up in 2016 with the whole WTFU situation. Team 4-Star got their channel taken down. Lost Pause lost his channel. A few others did as well. Those were the real big 2 that happened. I was an instance as well where I had gotten a copyright strike on a video from Molbeat. I'm sure some of you know that as well.
Yeah.
That was mine, yep.
Molbeat, is if you research that, they're a copyright whatever something or another in Japan. But so I countered the claim. YouTube initially rejected my counterclaim, and then I filed another one, and that was when my channel was taken down. The frustrating thing with it is that with bigger channels such as Team 4-Star and with Lost Pause, they're large enough to where they can make waves with that. They can either have contacts or they can make contacts through other people. I tried going to the Google YouTube help forum. I posted there for some very unhelpful advice. I followed the procedures that's recommended actually for contacting Google. I contacted Google about 12 times in the course of over 2 months, and I never heard back from them. And it just was an instance literally where it's against policy to create another account, but I was never explained why, because when I lost my account, all that showed up was, hey, your account's been suspended. This is what you can do. And I'm like, okay. Anyone want to tell me why? My account was in good standing. I had no copyright strikes. I was just refuting a claim. So, no, but it's one of those things where after the whole incident came out, I don't know if others can speak too well on this, but I've had a few copyright strikes, and it's been a lot easier to deal with them. So there's been some improvement. And I get that there's no exact science to it. YouTube is a giant company. There are people who do blatantly abuse copyright law by uploading full episodes and so forth. And it's just not advantageous for a company to constantly have someone monitoring YouTube for clips. You can't do that. That's a massive expense. But at the same time, there are bots who hunt for clips, and as a result, videos can be tagged, I'm not going to say maliciously, but incorrectly for violating terms. So there's clearly a long way we need to go with this, and it's slowly making progress, but sometimes it feels like it's 1 step forward, 2 steps back, and the PewDiePie situation is a really shining example of that, but I have spoken extraneously on this. My apologies.
No, it's very insightful. Thank you, bro. And yeah, actually, to clarify, what I did was I disputed the claim initially, and YouTube, what they do now is they send it to the company and say, will you willingly acknowledge this was a mistake by the bot? And they would not acknowledge it. They would not let it. So then now the next step would be for me to really fight it. And that's what I understand. And now the potential is for the video to be taken down while the process is ongoing. Hopefully they won't take out down entire channels anymore, but Yeah, that's crazy. Your situation is crazy. I didn't even know about that.
Well, it's so weird too, because the thing is with, and most people notice this as well, is generally for anime companies filing a counterclaim, they'll say like, please wait up to 2 weeks, 2 business weeks. So generally that's when the claim will just time out and your video will be reinstated because they're not replying to it. And that is always what ends up happening. You have to wait out the entire duration for it. And that's just the thing. It kills views. I do what I do for fun and for free. But for an up-and-coming channel that's monetizing it, that's trying to build a revenue basis so they can continue to grow their product, that's massive. Because especially if it's a reaction-based video like what myself and Recon do, you know, you got to get those out there immediately. Or else, because if you're behind this curve with that, unless it's something that will catch up with it, you know, that's just it. Like, that can massively affect the overall view count that you're getting. Or like Animac, for you, that's just it. They're claiming monetization for it, so now they're making money off of your video, even though you only have a small clip in there. So,
yeah, exactly, and it's very problematic because, again, as small YouTubers, especially, we have very little that we can do. If you're a big YouTuber, you have a platform. You can get other big influential friends to help you, right? Like H3 does that kind of stuff. But like, even if something happens to us, how do we get the attention of someone bigger? So that's the question. Anyone else had any issues with this?
All I can
did.
say is, oh, sorry, go for it.
No, go ahead. Sorry for interrupting.
Oh, my thing was really short. It's just all I can say is Sony Japan. Holy crap! I've had like even a good example is a friend of mine. Like they're just strict. Like anything with a hint of something that's there, they're boom, you're down. Like a friend of mine, my friend Tony, he made not even a full cover, but he did the first 30 seconds of Crossing Field from Sword Art Online on bass. And it got flagged like almost immediately, and he got a strike for it. And it wasn't even to the song; it was just the bass. And they're like, "Nope, that's ours. Sorry."
That's insane.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just like especially with like even bits of openings from them. Like sometimes you need to use anime clips. Sometimes it's got the audio in them, and like I believe it was Cyanide who said I think it was Cyanide who was talking about it, but he got a strike from Sony Japan for a part that didn't even have music in it.
yeah.
It's just some I get it's an automated process, but sometimes it's ridiculous, and that's
And I've also had situations where I appealed successfully certain things. So for example, that would be a claim, your video is blocked in Italy or something. And then I would appeal that and they would just be like, your claim has been approved, something like that, like a bunch of those. But then there would also be where they don't want to, and then that's when you have to fight it. And from what I understand now, the possible downside is that the whole video is taken down. Hopefully not the whole channel, like happened to Cyanide. But yeah, it's risky, right?
right. I get you.
Recon, what about you?
Well, to tell you the truth, I've actually been terminated 3 times within this account, and I'm still alive. Oh, you won't believe it. How the pain it is to actually have your account terminate 3 times, and you have to wait for 2 damn weeks with not doing anything, and you're bored, and yeah. But I managed to survive. I managed to get this account back 3 times, and I'm still good. Nothing's happening. But I just want to talk about my last strikes that a certain company has been giving me, which is Funimation. I'm not gonna lie, but they're a little bit of scumbags, to be honest. So I did my full series reaction to Boku no Hero, and all of you must have heard of it. It's a great series. The thing is, you don't know what Uproar?
Oh, okay. I thought you said
Boku no
Boku no Pico.
No, I said Boku no Hero.
I've heard of it. It's fantastic.
I know. I've
Fantastic.
seen Boku no Hero. Yes, I enjoy it. Yeah.
Why the hell would I
For a
say
second, I thought
Boku
you
no
said no
Pico?
Pico again, and it's your fault because you already said it
Recon
once
no
on the
Pico.
stream.
Well, it kind of sounds similar, so it doesn't matter. Anyways,
Boku no Pico Academy.
I would never react to Boku no Pico. Hell no. Anyways, back on track. So, I've reacted to the full series of Boku no Hero, and I was showing my footage because, of course, other people were doing it at that time. And then like a few months later, Funimation decided to take down each and every single one of those videos. And guess what? They didn't give me 1 strike, they didn't give me 2 strikes, but they gave me fucking 3 strikes for the entire series. I was like, okay, this is how you want to play it, Funimation. This is how you want to play it. I was so pissed, and I was so close to being terminated. If I just got 1 more strike, that's 4 strikes. I would have been gone. So I had, so my account was telling me it has 7 days.
So how did you tell us how you fought some of these issues? Because it's actually good to have you here if you dealt with this so much, because then you know the procedure. Like, how did you manage to survive?
So I just managed. I tried contacting someone at Funimation. It worked, and I was like begging him. That person, I was begging him. He decided to. I sent him all the videos, and he decided to look at them, and he was saying, "No, you have been showing the footage. You have been watching this series on an illegal website. So as a result, we cannot restore those videos." I kept on begging him, please just restore them. I'll take them down, and he said, "No, we can't do that. You either start a new channel or you wait for these strikes to wait without appealing them. I think you wait 6 months for these strikes to automatically go on their own." But I was like, fuck you, no, I'm just gonna counter them all. They didn't even fight back. When I countered them, they did not even fight back. It's like they didn't even exist. I just won automatically on my first attempt. I was like, okay, I got everything back. This even happened with Sony Music Japan. I got striked by them. I got striked by this one Japanese company that has no idea. This actually also this company took down the Lost Pauses video someone was talking about, and this Japanese company has no idea about fair use at all. I was at the moment, my reactions only contain the subtitles, and this Japanese company still took some of these videos down. They have no idea about fair use, but now they're not even there anymore. So I'm all good. I'm still continuing what I do, and I'm still alive.
Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad to hear that. And you fought it. You went against it, which is a good thing. And definitely I find it funny when YouTube says okay, well, this company might sue you if you challenge this. And, YouTube has to say that legally, and I understand, but it would be so funny for a big company to actually publicly sue a small YouTuber. That to them would be such because everyone would make a huge deal out of it, and that would be such a bad rep, bad PR for them. I can't imagine that ever happening.
Oh, that'd tank their company PR wise. That'd be terrible.
You're gonna sue us for $3?
Funimation is a big company, and they striked me, but I managed to beat them. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm glad to hear that. And so the reaction stuff is a bit of a gray area, because it's if you show the thing, it's is it really that? You are obviously changing it by reacting to it, which is part of fair use. But the other thing that you brought up is interesting, because fair use does not apply to all countries. We are in North America here, so it does apply to us. YouTube is US based. However, for example, that Melberry's company that I told you about, they're based in France, and France does not have the same fair use laws. But so they might be going by their laws, but their laws do not apply to YouTube and all of the internet, right? So it's they might be going by their laws, but that doesn't mean that maybe they can block it in France, but you can't block it for all of YouTube. And I think that's
the thing is, you talked about Melberry's, and they striked your Code Geass video, correct?
Claimed it, so for monetization.
That's correct, but Melberry's, they do not own the anime, so why on earth would they do that?
They own the rights in Italy and certain countries. I've been hit by them as well, and I just let it happen, because I'm not gonna fight this for $3.
It's gonna really depend on who has the rights.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mac. I think we were saying the same thing.
Oh no. Oh, maybe.
But it's unfair that they're stealing the revenue from your hard work, right?
Yeah. And Orange Rodriguez asks if I like him, or yeah, of course I like you. We also have Ladiga in the chat, Anime Dude, Soul Maka saying hello, Sideways X, Not So Frilly, Snoorly, Creep Ellen. Yeah, so
Creep Ellen.
Welcome everyone. Great to have here. And there's Bean Boyeen jumping in saying hello everyone. What's
Bean.
up, guys? Thank you for coming and for watching. And yeah, so what we're discussing here is just the situation with YouTube, the whole PewDiePie situation, and what that means to other YouTubers, including us anime YouTubers. Anyone else, Bryn or Briggs, have you had any issues with YouTube, with either free speech or copyright or anything like that?
Yeah, I've been what's it called? Copyrighted. But honestly, is so weird because it's one of those videos that had under 100 views. It's like, why? I don't understand. Like, truly, you're not gonna make any money from me doing this at the time. So, you know, I claimed it, and like people said, like the process is you basically just wait 2 weeks. You take it down for 2 weeks, and then it comes back up 2 weeks because they never get back to you. They never say anything. But it's frustrating because it was manually detected. So that means someone just was like, click. Like, I'd copyright this. It's like, well, if you watched it, you'd understand that I'm under fair use and like I didn't use any clips. At the time, I was just using screenshots. But it's just so weird that, like, you'd think that these anime companies, well, using anime as an example, would be fine with having us talk about it. Because, I mean, this is like free promotion, right? Like, we're talking about content that really we're, generally speaking, are probably promoting people to watch it. Be like, hey, have you checked out this anime? You'd think that they would be okay with that. We're doing free work for them. But it's just frustrating, and it was really discouraging the first time it happened because you have to say, like, I agree and I understand that this is like going to potentially to court if this goes through, which of course it won't. Like, a small YouTuber, that type of thing will never go through. Like we said, it would just be suicide.
Yeah, as they say, I wish a motherfucker would try to.
Can I have that on my gravestone, but
Yes.
like with a picture of you below it, just kind of saying it? That'd be.
Yeah, because I will be best friends with John Scares if that happens.
Do it. Excuse me.
Yeah,
Also, yeah, sorry. Also, a while back, do you remember when Chibi Reviews got hit by a bunch of copyright strikes too? That was kind of a big thing going around.
That was by Tokyo Broadcasting System.
Yes,
TBS.
and I remember it was just weird because it was like all at once, and his channel was like potentially going to be taken down. It just seemed so silly that all at once you do this instead of taking the videos as they came out. Because I believe, don't quote me on that, like they were videos that had way past, like been out for a long time, and then they'd been copyrighted. So it's just a weird, like, YouTube is just weird. Why would you do this?
No, that's so true. Like, that was actually a video I got in a strike on. Was I did a first impression when Akagami ga Shirayuki Hime came out, and then it was like 6 months later, like in February 2016, like late February, that's when I got a strike on it, and I was like, what? This video's been out for a while. So yeah, I don't know if like a bot just goes through a time or manually they'll go through. But yeah, it's of course the big perpetrators now are Molebeat and Oni-chan. They're the big ones that go around harassing people. So
Not to be mistaken with Oni-chan, because Oni-chan will never mess with you.
no,
He's a great person.
Well, Oni-chan is great.
Love Oni-chan so much.
Yeah.
I just want to say that I see all you guys who are in Discord chatting instead of being at Rant Café, and you will pay for this.
You're all being judged. You're all being judged.
Everyone's a Discord. Everyone likes the Discord.
Yeah, but while Rant Café, that is not cool, guys. But yeah, Bryn, I think you raised a really good point, because you actually talked about how we are as anime YouTubers, unless you're like obviously putting full episodes or something, which some people do, but that's obviously not right. But if you're actually raising the hype, raising interest in this anime, they should be smart enough and savvy enough to actually support you rather than try to. It's almost like they're like a different generation. They don't understand the internet, and they think that everything is like Napster or something. Like they think everything that their content is in is the same as it being completely illegally, pirated or something like that. They don't understand there's a difference between pirating content and actually talking about content, analyzing it, and of course raising interest in it, raising discussion, debate, and creating communities of fans who will eventually go on and support it and buy the merchandise and all that kind of stuff. So I feel like there really needs to be a change in the mentality there, because they're missing out too by doing this kind of stuff. Like, first of all, why would you go after small YouTubers that, it doesn't do you any good. It just makes you look bad as a company. And also you're missing out on potential revenue when you do that kind of stuff.
There is actually this one Japanese company that strikes me, and when I went on its website, I did some research about it, and I found out something that was written on their website. That was, if you see any copyright on YouTube, please send us the video so that we can take it down. So basically, they want the people to do their dirty work, and I was so pissed that some scummy people out there were actually sending my videos over to this company so that they can instantly take me down when they're not even checking for fair use at all.
Well, that was the problem with YouTube Heroes. Like, that's what people are
Yes.
afraid of, is that, you know, it's like it could be maliciously used.
Exactly, because let's say you don't like somebody, and maybe you're not a YouTuber, so they can't get back at you, but you don't like a certain YouTuber. So what you do is you strike them. Yeah, I think it's very problematic. Briggs, have you had any issues?
I have basically I've been claimed a couple times. One time was specifically with Melberries, like with you, and it was definitely a fair use. It was back when I used to do reviews on Food Wars. I did like a final review. I did use clips. The entire video was clips, but it was heavily edited. I didn't have anything that was longer than 8 seconds, and I heavily edited the 8 seconds like within that. So like it didn't get caught by bots. It was manually detected. It wasn't manually detected right away. Like 2 months later, it randomly blew up for some reason and got like a couple thousand views. At that point, none of my videos had ever like passed a couple hundred right? So I'm like this. I was so happy and thrilled, and then it gets hit by Melberries, and I just didn't bother with it, to be honest. But like it's completely unfair for them to be taking revenue from your hard work that's clearly fair use.
Yeah.
And one other situation I wanted to mention, you know how Cyanide Blizzard, you had mentioned that your channel was shut down, and they didn't really say anything. Like you just said like your account has been suspended. A couple like weeks ago, maybe like a month ago, my Twitter account got suspended. I like woke up one day, opened my Twitter, and it said you have been suspended. So it's like to appeal, like say how you did not breach terms of service. I'm like, I didn't even know what I did. Like they didn't even tell me what was wrong. So I'm like, how am I possibly supposed to appeal? I literally replied saying, I have no idea why my account was suspended. Can you please like elaborate as to how I breached terms of service? And then randomly they replied saying that I was back up. Like they gave me this. So I'm like,
You're fine.
I learned nothing from that entire experience. Like I didn't learn how I may have like breached terms of service or been in a gray area or why I was hit for any reason whatsoever. It just happened. Like
So weird.
Popular Twitter accounts that day, it was like January, like something like early January, like multiple Twitter accounts were getting hit that were anime related. So, and no one knew why. They just randomly popped back. Some people didn't get their accounts back and they just never got a reply. Meanwhile, I got a reply, so that could have easily been me.
Yeah, and the problem I think is that we need to like think about the like long-term consequences of this type of stuff, because yeah, as a small YouTuber, you really don't have much power. But if these companies are going around making these fake strikes that are clearly under fair use, that's actually a violation of YouTube's policy on their part. They just have so much power and money that they can, be more effective. However, if a company like Melberries, which is clear here that they're deliberately making false copyright claims, they should be actually cut out from YouTube because they are violating the terms of service. It's one instance, okay, but if there's numerous people complaining that the same company is copywriting their things without their consent, I mean, with even though it falls under fair use, then yeah, I think that's definitely an issue where, again, if a big YouTuber had connections and was able to have a large enough platform, they could actually call out a certain company and say, look, everyone who's gotten a copyright claim that was illegitimate from this company, contact me, and I will contact YouTube and let them know about this. But again, like I don't see really bigger YouTubers caring too much because they have, they don't have the same fear as the rest of us because they have the ins, they have direct connections with YouTube. They don't need to worry about it. I wish someone did, though. I wish someone was more active in this kind of field.
Well, yeah, like, can you imagine if PewDiePie got a copyright strike or something? Like, people would just be like, what? Oh, my goodness, how dare he? Or, like, they would attack the company, they'd attack him. Like, it'd just be a huge mess. But yet, smaller YouTubers, this happens, frequent-ish. Even like, middle-sized channels this happens, but it's more just like swept under the rug. It's just like, oh, it's just part of the system, you know, just deal with it, claim it, you know, whatever. But we don't have necessarily the same protection, so to speak, for things like that, because we just don't have the audience base or like, you know, the viewership base to fight that kind of power.
Yeah, true.
The problem is YouTube is too scared about getting sued, so they just give all the power to like the companies, because like who are we in like comparison? They just don't want. They've been in multiple like $1 million lawsuits and stuff in the past, so they just don't want to deal with any of it. But that's what like specifically upset me about the whole like situation with PewDiePie is the fact that they dropped Scare PewDiePie off like false content claims. Like you're a huge company, man. Like you're that scared to like battle back about like they're clearly anyone with any like common sense can view PewDiePie's content and realize that he was being satirical and that the publishers took it out of context completely. And YouTube was like dropped Scared PewDiePie, like something that hundreds of people worked on, so many countless hours were put into, and they just dropped it out of fear of like the fact that PewDiePie is an anti-Semite. Like it's ridiculous.
No, yeah, and I mean this definitely has a lot of consequences for anime YouTubers because, okay, the copyright stuff is one thing, and that is an important issue, but also just the concept of satire, right? So if you make satirical videos like Cyanide does, Mac, I do as well. I don't know if Briggs, Bryn, and Recon, you guys really make satire, but the thing is, yeah, if anything you do that's satire, that's supposed to be comedy, is taken out of context by someone to kind of make you seem bad, like try to get you fired from your job or something like that to me is just so ridiculous and so dangerous. Because think about it, where do we decide then where the line is? Okay, so someone doesn't like that PewDiePie makes jokes that could be interpreted as, you know, they're not anti-Semitic, but they're kind of referencing certain imagery from World War II or whatever, and they don't like that kind of joke, they're offended. Okay, that's fine, you're offended personally, but does that mean that then you get to actually you witch hunt him, like the people from the Wall Street Journal who actually like went out, tried to find all his videos, looked at all his videos, found every single reference to anything related to Hitler, even if it's a joke, they took it out of context. They did not say it's a joke. They were like, oh, here he is glorifying Nazi imagery. Like it's blatant garbage. And basically, you know, where does that end? So like if I'm, as a Christian, if I'm offended that some comedian is an atheist and talks about atheism, do I then get to shut him down because I disagree with him? Like, it's a very slippery slope, I think.
That's such a good point. And it actually brings up a really interesting topic, and that was really nice to hear about it. Like, I really wasn't a big fan of PewDiePie before because a few videos I watched, he used a little more rape jokes than I would have been comfortable with in what he was doing for like I think it was like a Let's Play. I can't remember which game, but it was several years ago. And like I kind of watched that because a friend had linked it to me, and I was like, wow, that's repulsive. But I mean, I got what he was going for. It just wasn't my bag. So, you know, I'm not going to lash out angrily against it. Just, hey, you know, don't watch it. But that's sort of a big thing that anyone in satire has to deal with is, you know, for example, for what I do, I try to be as natural as possible. And I make fun of everything myself, you know, like the person I'm with, the show. But there's obviously going to be lines. And like there are certain things that are said during the video that I'll look at and I'll go, well, that may not work over as well, but there may be some other things I leave. And that's actually kind of a benefit of being small is being as large as he is under a microscope constantly. And that means anything and everything he says and does is going to be judged. And that's kind of the nice thing with myself personally, is I don't have to worry about that. But the larger I get, potentially, if that actually happens, if that were to hypothetically, you know, the worse or more likely it's going to be that I'm going to run into that scenario. And that almost sort of begs the question too a bit with what Bryn had mentioned, which is that now that he's been taken down, and you know, with some people, you know, making enough of a mess about stuff, or enough channels being large enough to be able to get attention drawn to that, do you think PewDiePie and YouTube and Disney are going to be able to reconciliate just because of how big PewDiePie is and because of the attention thus far the video's gotten? Because I think it's likely, because I mean, he's such a big name. That's a huge brand.
Yeah, it'll definitely happen. Like so many people are gonna call YouTube out on their shit. Like they're definitely gonna like re-upload Scare PewDiePie and hopefully Maker Studios will like take PewDiePie back if PewDiePie even wants to go back with them.
It's up to us, really. Like, it's up to us how much of an outrage we raise against this kind of stuff. Because think about it. The people who do this, the Wall Street Journal, and PewDiePie said it really well in his video, they are looking to appeal to a certain segment of the population. And let's face it, they're on the left, on the far left. And they are offended by everything because they believe that they believe there's oppression everywhere. People are, the patriarchy is everywhere. Racism is everywhere. Because if it wasn't, then their whole meaning to their lives would be meaningless, because their identity is tied to finding constantly these evil doers who are proving their point. So they go and they witch hunt PewDiePie, take stuff out of context. Someone mentioned, Supreme Leader Snoke mentioned in the chat, that now you have to like put a disclaimer everywhere, this video is satire, no one should take it seriously. Even that doesn't matter, because if they take it out of context, they won't show that disclaimer. They'll just show something else in the video and say this is representative of this person, and that's it, right? So yeah, so if they are counting, when they go witch hunt PewDiePie, they're counting on these constantly outraged people to raise a big ruckus, which will give them clicks, which will give them attention and make them famous, and their papers sell more and so forth. They're counting on that. Now it's up to us if we want to raise a bigger ruckus and say, no, this is wrong. We're not going to allow this stuff just so you can get your clicks, just so you can get your, perpetually outraged mob to feel self-righteous on Twitter or wherever. So yeah, I think it all depends on our reaction to PewDiePie's video and how many people support him, how many people go after now these people who did this to him as a way to show that we're not going to just take this lying down. You can't just get away with this kind of stuff. I don't know what you guys think about that. It's a bit political, but politics is everywhere.
I completely agree, man. And honestly, if I was PewDiePie, after like YouTube and Maker treating him that way, I would start uploading to VidMe. I currently upload to VidMe, but if I were him, I would upload to VidMe and like bring over a couple, like maybe like 10 million people with him, like subscribers, and like help kickstart that platform. Because the problem right now is YouTube is literally in a monopoly in this type of service. So they can do whatever the hell they want in terms of copyright. They get away with any ridiculous stuff. But if they had some more competition in the market, then they may treat us YouTubers better.
Yeah, that's a good point, the whole monopoly thing, because like big companies like Facebook and Twitter and YouTube, it's like everyone uses these platforms. So they pretty much have a monopoly. It's like hard for someone to just say, okay, I'm just going to go somewhere else, because everyone else, all your friends, everyone is on Facebook or is on Twitter or is on YouTube. So yeah, you're right about the monopoly. But yeah, I feel like if PewDiePie and other YouTubers are pushed far enough and YouTube doesn't change their approach in certain ways, that what's going to happen is that it always happens. Another platform that is more free, that is more supportive of content creators, is going to be launched and become a rival. So I hope that YouTube, before that happens, starts to be more content creator friendly rather than only business friendly. I know that they have issues with the legal, like they're a platform, they don't control everything that's being uploaded, and then they can get sued and all this kind of stuff. But you have to put your quality of your content first, the content creators that are building your community first. And basically the system is right now, it's like you're guilty until proven innocent with copyright strikes and all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And it makes sense from them from a legal standpoint, but doesn't make sense from a moral standpoint. And I don't think it does.
Could you imagine how much PewDiePie would bring to VidMe if he even signed like a slight deal with them? Just his name being associated with VidMe. Holy cow. That would really tip the scale.
Exactly. And that's just it. Like PewDiePie is at a place where he doesn't need YouTube really at all. Like even if he got banned, he could still do it somewhere else and be just as successful. Like he did. Like you're not going to really make much off of, like he makes a decent amount off of ad revenue, obviously, but you're not solely relying on that. Like you're usually, relying on things like Patreon and and things like that. So YouTube can keep going the way they are, but then at the same time, if they keep going and then something better, like Animac said, something better comes along, all it takes is one number one YouTuber to switch on over, and then everyone's gonna shift on over, and then.
I think VidMe is a fantastic platform, actually. So I'd push for him to move over there.
Well, that was
to
a big thing for a few YouTubers as well. I'm sorry to cut you off there, Mac, but wasn't that a big thing like a few months ago where some YouTubers were unhappy and because a few people shift? I know DXFan619, which might be a taboo name to mention around here after his latest video, but I know he, along with a few other people, were bringing their content over to VidMe just because they were like, this is ridiculous with the way the recommendations were going because they had like messed up with that. And because there's always some kind of issue with YouTube, whether it's with the search function or with showing that you have like over 100 things in the spam filter, but nothing's actually in there. So.
Yeah, YouTube is very like, I don't know if there's even a logic to it because these algorithms, like when you're putting out videos, like, and all of you guys have experienced this, sometimes a video right away will do really well. Sometimes it will do well after like 2 weeks. All of a sudden it'll pick up. Like, why? Sometimes it won't do well at all, even though it has all the preconditions for doing well. And it's like, yeah, and like, the notifications have been broken. People don't get the notifications. The sub boxes have been broken, right? People don't get the stuff that they've subbed to. People have been unsubscribed to certain creators. So yeah, like, I mean, I know it's a complex issue, but again, YouTube is such a huge company. They make so much money. They should be really looking out for the content creators because they create their community. They bring people over to this platform. Not, the advertisers don't bring the people there. The advertisers are just there to leech off other people's work. So like, I feel like there has to be a more content creator friendly approach to YouTube.
Uproar, do you remember that YouTube glitch where PewDiePie was losing tons of subscribers, people just clicking the sub button over and over and over again? That makes him lose 2 subscribers. Like, I don't know how many subscribers he lost. He probably lost about maybe 1 million in like a day or so, or maybe 2 days. Like, people just are, but your actual sub number isn't even gone. It's still there, but people just want to make him think that he has lost all these subscribers.
Yeah,
So,
thankfully that glitch only took a few days and was fixed. It wasn't like a thing where it kept going on. But yeah, you I know you had recon issues with that. I did not lose any subs because of that, to my knowledge. But I know you were having issues.
Yeah,
with that.
so some guy, I know his name, but I don't even want to say it. But yeah, he was doing the same thing. He was doing it. I was really pissed, so I told him to stop. So yeah.
How did he respond? By the way, you never told me.
He was like, "No, it wasn't me."
And you're like,
it was clearly he was just lying, man.
And you're like, screenshot.
Yeah, I screenshot. I I even sent it to him. I said, "You're telling me that's not you when it's his profile picture, his name, the same amount of subscribers, same amount of videos, and he's still lying about it."
Yeah, that is weird that someone would do that.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, thankfully it was not a real thing. The only thing that could have done is like make you worried for like those few hours before it was fixed, right? But yeah, I mean, stuff like that, as much as it's frustrating, and especially for people like none of us here, but people who are professional YouTubers who make their living from YouTube, like stuff like that, little stuff like that could be extremely frustrating for them, extremely troubling because that's their livelihood. But I feel like I give YouTube some credit. This kind of stuff does happen with big companies, huge platforms. Things crash, issues happen. But it's the algorithm issues and like the long-term issues, the copyright stuff, guilty until proven innocent. That's the stuff that bugs me rather than sometimes glitches popping up,
Yeah.
Like, glitches is understandable with any platform that's like as huge as this. There's millions of videos and like users, right? So to have servers that can handle this is like insane.
Yeah, that's true.
Uproar, what do you think of before YouTube has this new system? What did you think of the system before that YouTube had?
Which one? Like, what exactly do you mean?
Like the one where you get 1 copyright strike and like you're limited to 15-minute videos. That seriously affected me a lot, and it could affect you as well, Cyanide, probably, since you're a reactor, correct?
Yeah, I do remember that. I remember those rules. Like, I wasn't actively into YouTube until probably like June of last year, so I wasn't that much affected with that kind of stuff. I don't know as much about it, but yeah, like I know that the rules have actually changed for the better recently, and which is good, but I feel like we're still not there. There's still a lot more that needs to be done for content creators to actually feel secure, for them to actually feel like, you know, I'm not gonna put all this hard work in, and then some company out to get me is gonna screw me permanently or something like that. Like you said, like giving a bunch of strikes at the same time, like you had, like 3 at once, like without warning, without anything like that. Like that to me is the biggest troubling thing.
No, I was getting emails about it, like, your videos have been taken down. You have received a copyright strike. A few minutes later, the same thing. And a few minutes later, the same thing. And boom, I had 3 copyright strikes.
Yeah, a few minutes, that's right. Like, what can you do there?
I can't do anything about it.
By the way, Bio Gundam asks what we think about YouTube Heroes. And that's a good point, because, yeah.
Is that still a thing? Like, was that approved? Yeah, that went through.
I don't know. I don't know if it's actually going to happen. But yeah, like a lot of people were in an uproar, if you will. That, because it was essentially like, okay, so you guys who use YouTube the most, you know, who comment the most and all that kind of stuff, you will have more power. And then they even had an option of mass flagging videos. Like, can you possibly have a stupider thing that to say is, oh, here, so if you use YouTube a lot, so you comment a lot, you get a lot of likes in your comments, whatever, you can actually mass flag videos for YouTubers you don't like. And of course, we know that how easy it is to, you know, create an anonymous account on YouTube, right? Like, you don't need to give your real name or anything. So if you're mass flagging videos and it turns out you're wrong, you're going to create a lot of problems for people, but you can't ever get any consequences because YouTube has no idea who you really are. So.
Yeah. And if anything, they just get rid of that one, then you create another one and do the same process over again. Like, it's just a cycle. So I totally forgot about YouTube Heroes, but I remember when it came out, I was like, that's a dumb idea. Like, I don't understand, like, why, like I understand they're trying to strive to be better. And like we discussed, like, there are going to be problems and things with a platform as large as this, but there needs to be a little bit more, work put into YouTube in some of those things. And I mean, let's not kid ourselves. YouTubers are complainers. We can complain about it. So it's not like they don't know about it. Like, we will tell them because we've told them repeatedly the problems with YouTube. But I feel like on my end, there's not a lot fix those problems.
Yeah, I think you're 100% right. And even big YouTubers like Pyrocynical, H3H3, you know, all those guys complain, Philip DeFranco, on a regular basis about this stuff. So they're even applying pressure on YouTube, and still the change is extremely slow. So, you know, I mean, you can only imagine how little what small YouTubers do and say means.
We need a drill to pierce the heavens. That's what we need. You know, it's just no. But like, see, that's such a good point. And Anime Recon, actually, that's really funny you brought that up, because I actually liked it when I got striked, because once I started refining my content, I would heavily edit it down so it'd be less than 15 minutes. But I would always get the ones that would allow me to not make thumbnails. I couldn't use thumbnails. That drove me crazy. So I'm like, oh, I can't use thumbnails for my video now. Like, for some reason, that drove me nuts. But no, yeah, that was such a pain in the ass.
I don't really understand why you would be happy to get striked when you're supposed to get frustrated and you didn't do anything wrong, and you don't even understand why you got striked.
Well, I'll take the lesser of the evils. That was sort of the thing. It's like, oh, good, you know, it's like I could still make thumbnails, but I can't make long videos. But because it was just sort of one of those things where you expected to get striked. It's like, I do React-based content. Reactors get striked all the time. I'm going to get a strike. Like, that's just how it's going to work. And that shouldn't be the mindset, but it's basically the mindset you have to take. And that sort of shows it. Like, YouTube Heroes, in theory, I really like the idea because, and I'm pretty sure you guys have dealt with this possibly on some aspect, where on my old channel, for whatever reason, there'd be like different people that would re-upload my videos. Like, I think there were 7 different channels by the end that had uploaded different videos. And it's a pain in the ass constantly filling out the form to, you know, delete those videos again, removed, to get them striked. So, you know, to kind of go through that process was a pain. So in theory, the idea of being able to mass flag something is really great to counter people that are basically stealing videos. So, like, in theory, I get it, but that's just it. It's also set up to be abused. And, you know, if it's capable of being abused and there are people that are able to do so, generally that means it's going to happen.
Yeah. And by the way, Cyanide, like, you don't do full reactions of a whole episode. You even edited, right? So you edited down to only certain scenes that you're talking about specifically, and yet you still got strikes.
Yeah, correct. They were heavily edited scenes that be talked over. So yeah, I mean, that was just it. You know, there's two people talking over scenes, and even then, the scene was about a fifth of the size of the actual screen in a little box there. Like, the whole format was originally designed to help minimize as much as possible. Because before that channel, I did a collaborative project with a friend called An Evening With, which was sort of a review meets a podcast. Those videos were full screen, and I used to get like strikes and claims on those. And so I commissioned a piece. I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this, put a little box there. There's no way I can get a strike, right? You know, the audio is turned down. It's like a fifth of the size. This shouldn't get striked. It still gets strikes. Oh, what do I need to do? How many goats do I need to sacrifice to make sure that I don't get a strike? No, yeah. Like, you know, a friend of mine solved the problem by putting like an image in the foreground, which Mac, you had mentioned about, like, you know, arrows and so forth. You know, some people have manipulated it. They'll reverse the footage. You know, they'll flip it. It's, you know, there's no real exact science. Nice. But I mean, that's just it. It's just, you know, sometimes you find a process where things will work for a period of time, but even then there's no real guarantee.
Yeah, it's a hard thing because, like, anything that you know falls under fair use, you feel like this should not be an issue and you get upset. But then again, from YouTube's perspective, it's impossible for them to review every single case and be like, no, this is fair use. Our lawyers looked at it, right? And especially with different countries and different laws. So yeah, it is a complicated issue, but definitely we need some improvement. Josh Duffney asked in the chat, what were your like most videos that you're most proud of that got taken down or striked that you really upset you? And I guess for me, I've had several ones, but the most proud of one is the top 3 reasons Lelouch is still alive. It didn't get a strike, but it got a copyright claim that I believe is completely illegitimate. And that's the one that I worked on the hardest. But and also the reason why I do in my videos, I do it so that I'm talking. Mostly it's me talking to the camera and then just featuring some clips, is specifically because I'm trying to, you know, reduce the chance of getting copyright, because I'm not just, you know, I don't have the screen that's edited. I'm also talking. So most of the video is going to be just me talking. But even then, sometimes you get a strike for like a few seconds of you know, you showing a clip that you're talking about, that you're analyzing at the time. So yeah, it's a very messed up thing. How about you guys? Some of the most frustrating strikes you got?
Oh yeah, Boku no Hero. Like that, I reacted to a series like I told you. It was very successful. A lot of people were really entertained. And of course, Funimation fucked things up for me and I had to delete them. So yeah, because it had full footage, so even if they were restored, they would still come back and get them. But the thing is, Uproar, you know about anime top 10s, don't you?
Yeah.
You know how risky they are and how many people have been actually getting striked by them, correct?
Yep.
I do them myself, and one of them actually, I did my top 10 anime school romance. That video has over 100,000 views and over 1,000 likes. And if that video got taken down, I would be so fucking pissed. You won't believe it.
Yeah, and I actually know about the top 10s. I can definitely confirm, because me and Gozen have made a few of them in the past. We don't do as much anymore in terms of those, like, not us talking, just kind of top 10s. But we did used to do that when we were first starting on the channel. And yeah, a lot of them got those, you know, blocked in this country, blocked in that country. Again, for no reason. And then you have to, like, appeal each one of those separately. Yeah. Some of them right away, they're like, sure. Others are like, no. You can't show this in Italy or the Vatican City.
Especially Vatican.
Yeah, it's Vatican City that really got to me, man.
Thing is, even if you put on your video the copyright, you know, this one, what was it called? The thing is, I forgot what it's called. The copyright thing, so that people won't take you down.
They don't even look at the video, man.
Yeah, they don't even look at the video. Even if you put it on your video or in the description, they'll still take you down. They don't give a shit.
Yeah, like sometimes people think if you say things like, this video falls under fair use, but like as a text.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, like that does not do anything in terms of legally. Like you have to make that claim that it falls under fair use later on, like in the process. Like the fact that you put it in your description or before the video, it makes no difference, because usually the vast majority of the time it's just picked up by a bot, right? So they pick up this, the scene of the movement on the screen, whether it's big or small. They pick it up, it matches something in their database, and they put the thing automatically. And then you have to prove that you're innocent. You're guilty until proven innocent.
Word.
Yeah, I think the most frustrating one for me was my Snow White one. It must have been the same company that like got us all at once, because like honestly, it was under 100 views. I'm like, what are you going to gain by this? Like, is there truly anything worth doing this for? And I mean, of course I knew, and I talked to other like YouTubers that had that happen, and they're like, yeah, just claim it. You know, they'll be a bunch of legal mumbo jumbo. It'll probably sound a little scary, but you're under fair use, so just claim it and it's done. And I did, but it was just frustrating because you just have to wait it out. And even though you know that you're under fair use, you still just have to wait it out.
Yeah, and Bio Gundam says if you just consult your legal team, that helps. And yes, my legal team is made up of 11 people right now, and I'm looking to hire at least 4 more, and then I feel like I'll be set to take my channel to the next level.
Yeah, the thing is, illegal teams don't really help that much, but if you had your very own YouTube manager, then yes, that would be so useful. But no, I don't think any of us have that yet.
No, but the other thing is, though, if you did have a legal team, like if you had crazy money, like let's say you're just making YouTube, but you're rich, you're like inherited a huge fortune, but you just make YouTube for fun. So you just hire a lawyer and you're like,
That's
okay,
me.
buddy.
Yeah, that's me, guys.
Yeah, of course. So you just hire a high-priced lawyer and you get them to threaten any company that copyrights you. It's like, this falls under fair use and we will sue you. We will sue the pants off you if you don't retract this right now. Like if they get something like that from an actual lawyer, from an actual firm, that's like, we will do this and this and this. We're not fucking around. That would be obviously, I think that would help. However, none of us can afford lawyers here except Bryn.
Yeah. I'll send them over, if you need help.
Cool.
I'll get in contact. So.
Nice.
Although we do have now here Anime Uproar, we do have a Discord full of dedicated space cowboys ready to fight for us. So they are our team now.
They're basically all lawyers too. Like there's,
Yeah.
I think,
Yeah.
pretty sure.
Some of them are lawyers and some of them are like bouncers and stuff. So it's like we have a good mix of legal and physical power.
Uproar, how long have you been calling your fans Space Cowboys?
Well, I just say Space Cowboys at the end, like see a Space Cowboys from Cowboy Bebop. So that's why
that's what you call your fans. See a Space Cowboy. You call them Space Cowboys.
Yeah, Space Cowboys and Space Cowgirls.
All right. I don't call my fans any names.
I got my Shinpaku Alliance. We'll take down any company that come at us.
Maybe I should do my alliance. Maybe I should start it out. Hashtag Recon No Piku Alliance.
Yes, the Recon No Picos.
Join the
bro.
Recon No Piku Alliance.
The Recon No Picos are the most fanatical fans out there.
Yeah.
They'll just like hack your computer and force you to watch some really disturbing stuff.
Oh no. But if I do actually reach a certain number of subscribers, I would react to Boku no Pico like fully.
Oh, by the way, the anime dude says, Bryn, don't make jokes.
Yeah.
People get offended by jokes.
Oh, look at that. Now I need to make a response video.
Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to offend.
You can call it "I'm
People
sorry."
who don't have a sense
And
of
look really
humor.
sad on the front.
Anime dude will
That's
make a
how it goes.
response video exposing you.
I know,
Start off the
right?
video with a
Fandom
nice little
exposed.
gas, like, and then start.
It's like, is Bryn's hair really that voluminous?
The life's questions.
Yeah,
Answered.
I don't know. We have to expose that. It looks too good to
Expose
be
that.
true. Maybe she's born with it, but maybe it's something else.
Dare we
Ooh.
drop the M word?
Yeah.
Maybe it's Maybelline.
Yes, yes. Maybelline, sponsor us.
Please,
Yeah.
sponsor us.
Clearly not. So, or don't copyright us, please, for saying your.
No,
This
that's
I know we
episode
use our
of
phrase,
Rant
man. I bet
Café
that's a
sponsored by
copyright
Maybelline. Maybe it's Maybelline. This episode is also sponsored by Snapple, the best tasting stuff on earth. Please send me a free supply. I do love your own compliments.
Not so frilly says, who saw the response video, PewDiePie's response video, because he was in tears at the end. I saw it for sure, and it was what inspired me to kind of do this topic, because yeah, like he went too far in my opinion in some of his jokes. Like he went further than I would go. I'm not saying too far in terms of general, but like he went further than I would go with his whole death to Jews stuff. Like like he was trying to make a point about how the internet works now. It's crazy, people will do anything for money. But I would have, if I was making that point, I would have done it in some other sillier rather than, you know, so blatantly crazy way. That's my own opinion. However, again, just because that's too far for me, does that mean that you know, other people should be, you know, prevented from expressing themselves in different ways? And I really thought, yeah, it was a powerful video that he made. He talked about how blatantly taken out of context he was. And I found it funny because actually this gives credence to what Donald Trump has been saying this whole time. Because people, like the media is like, oh, Trump is trying to discredit the mainstream media, calling it fake news. That's very dangerous because, you know, he's eroding trust in the media. It's not Trump that's eroding trust in the media. It's the media that's eroding trust in the media because they're turning to clickbait. They're, you know, witch hunting people in order to appeal to, you know, to perpetually outrage people. It's the mass media that's doing this. So now PewDiePie is saying it. Look, they are fake news. They are taking me out of context. They did this. They're trying to make me out to be this bad person. And then when he was talking about all the YouTubers that have been supporting him, that know him personally, like H3H3, making videos, you know, supporting him, he basically broke down, and you could tell that he was crying because he was, you know, he felt so hurt by these people doing this to him, not knowing anything about him, and then other people who do know him actually standing up for him, even though they might have issues with their own networks or whatever. So yeah, I thought it was a really good video, and that's why I thought that this would be a good topic for today, because it spoke to me. I felt like he was really genuine and sincere. And yeah, I've been watching PewDiePie's videos for a while. I don't watch them all, but I've definitely gotten a new respect for him because he does use his platform to actually challenge the status quo and this sort of media portrayal, because he could just lay back, play video games, and keep making millions of dollars. But he actually says, no, I'm not all about the money. I'm trying to do something here, change minds, and expose certain things. So yeah, I have huge respect for him for that. I don't know if you guys want to weigh in on that in particular.
Wait, Uproar, did his network shut him down?
They did not shut him down. However, they dropped him. So like he was with a network, but now he's not with that network. Like he still has his YouTube channel, but some of his YouTube revenue has been affected. Like I think YouTube took out his like premium ads, something like that.
Oh, so if he's out of his network, then he's not going to earn any money though.
No,
he'll still earn money. Like that doesn't
AdSense,
change
right?
that.
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
now he's going to have to find
but
a
apparently
brand new
there's
network.
stuff that he won't be, like his show was canceled, and also some of his premium ad stuff, which I don't think we are at the size to even know what that is as YouTubers. But
I mean,
So
you
now
guys, I don't
he's
know
going to
what
have to
it is.
find a brand new network, and hopefully they can accept him. If not, then I don't know.
I could
what's
see
gonna
him
happen.
making a network because he's
Oh,
big
yeah.
enough to where he could.
He can make his own. Yeah, definitely. PewDiePie Studios.
And I mean,
How
that's the
about
thing is like, you know, this may be a bit rude and I apologize, but you know, it's YouTube as a business to go into is a massive gamble because there's no definitive that there's going to be payoff. Success can be very short term. We already have plenty of documentations in the past from that. And there's no real guarantee with that, which is why I admire Misty Cronexia for trying to step out of that box, for doing the book, for trying to expand beyond that. I believe Digibro has irons in the fire for that as well. You know, you need to try and evolve in a business perspective beyond that. And obviously we see that with PewDiePie, and I think this would be another great step for him is to go beyond that to secure himself for the future more so, especially after something like this, because I'm pretty sure that's going to put a lot of things in perspective. But I actually enjoyed that video. It was very genuine. It was very sincere. I felt like I got to know the person behind PewDiePie as opposed to the caricature that he plays. Really deep, really impactful. Made me a fan of his, to be honest. You know, a lot of props to the guy. So it was very genuine.
yeah, and I think that. By the way, I was gonna say you're very eloquent in general, Cyanide. If I ever need a speechwriter, I'm hiring you. Because like your message to Rose today and all the stuff you say, man, it's really, really good. As a writer, I appreciate you.
Wow.
Hey.
Has he
Well,
been
he's-
sending
yeah.
love letters?
He's
Maybe
gonna
not
write
like-
the
I don't
anime
appreciate him like that.
animes.
Recon no Pico, relax. But no, I think YouTube is basically, it's like any private business. It takes so much work, so much investment, but it's so fickle and fragile because of the YouTube system. So yeah, absolutely. If you're a YouTuber and you want to really expand, you got to expand to other platforms like Twitch. You got to do other things like book deals or whatever you can in order to diversify, because you never know. You never know when some YouTube change or glitch or something could really affect your life. And you know, maybe some YouTubers are so big that it'll never have to worry about that, but most YouTubers definitely have to worry about that kind of stuff. Absolutely. And some people in the chat have been saying how we got to get rid of all the SJWs on YouTube. Like, to me, that's like doing the same thing they want. Like, we shouldn't get rid of people who want to get rid of others. But what we should do is expose them, and we should be able to expose them freely. So if you know, just because you disagree with someone and you think they're evil just because they disagree with you and you want to shut them down, censor them, you should be exposed for being anti-democratic, for being, you know, antisocial, for being wrong and unjust and unfair. And we should be able to do that freely. We shouldn't shut them down, but we should allow them to actually expose themselves as how illogical and backwards their thinking is. So I'm all about, you know, allowing them to have a platform, but then you have to make sure that they can't take away your platform because they get offended by something and rile up their own people and attack you for that, right? So that's the challenge.
I'm gonna expose you, Uproar, very soon.
There's nothing to expose, bro.
Oh, don't you
I'll
all
find
worry.
something to expose you on.
And they never saw Anime Recon again.
Yeah, just get ready to face his 11 attorneys.
Dun, dun, dun.
But yeah, guys, if you want to join our Discord, the link is in the description. Some people have been asking in the chat. And there, after Rant Café, we'll be plotting our revenge against Anime Recon. So if you want to join us there and be a part of that, it's going to be a great time.
Revenge for what?
Everything.
All the things.
All
No,
the things.
All the time.
It's true. There is nothing like I want to say to Anime Recon. I want to say that we had a great debate yesterday. He lost it, but it was still a
What do
great
you mean
guy.
lost it? What do you mean lost it?
He lost the debate, but he was still a really good
No.
sport. So no,
We
it was a
didn't
great
lose.
debate. Like
We
obviously,
didn't lose.
I think that we had a great time. It was Rem versus Amelia, and we turned you know, a classic waifu war or best girl war into what I think was an actual interesting intellectual debate. So I thought that was really cool, and I definitely want to do more topics like that in the future. Turn anime into like a intellectual debate about things that might seem trivial. So yeah, that was really cool, Recon. I appreciated that. And you guys raised good points. We raised better points, but they were all good.
What do you mean we raised good points and you raised better? No, that's the opposite way around. You want to go the opposite way.
No, I know that's what you think, but like I think the other way around.
That was good, but it reminded me of the whole like, oh wait, is it backwards day argument? That's
Backwards day. Is there anything? Is there such thing called backward day?
Yes, of course.
when you're 10, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
When you're
Yeah,
10.
Josh Duffney wants to see Eri versus Yakumo from School Rumble. Tony's not here, so Cyanide. Yeah, that would be a fun one.
Just start a second stream. Just call it Waifu Wars and get it over with. You know it's gonna happen.
The waifu wars.
Waifu Wars. Oh, TM. I'm gonna claim on that so I can get in the money.
Whoa no!
Oh, that's right. I'm taking your idea, Mac.
I'm gonna claim your things, and you're gonna get the strikes and the yep. That's
By the way,
yep.
Bryn, some of our
Yes.
female fans on the channel have been saying, because we talk so much about waifu wars, they're like, what about husbando wars? So
I'm all about that.
I was thinking, are you down to, if we ever do some kind of like waifu and husbando war stream or something like that, are you down? Because we had that Code Geass waifu quiz that we made, and people were like, where's the husbando quiz? And I was like, it's not my forte.
On another channel.
Your other persona
he's-
is all about.
I hate
the
that guy.
husbands.
But we have Lulu, cool. We have Toto. He's also pretty cool. It's like that's not probably the greatest quiz, you know. Wouldn't be the best quiz. But yeah.
I'd be down. All the husbandos. I got a whole list.
I think Kamina just wins.
Oh yeah, I mean he's up there.
Yeah, that was funny, Bryn, when you were like, "Oh my gosh, I just realized Animac is Kamina backwards."
Oh, did anyone else not realize that? I had no idea until I saw it side by side.
No one realized it until I told them. But by the way, I bet somebody in the chat is gonna be like, "What?" Animac
Right?
is
So
Kamina
it's not just
Blown.
it's not just me.
Black Rose in the chat.
But yeah, I am the embodiment. I have real life. How do you say? Live action Kamina. That is my calling, guys. And also, by the way, we talked about Backwards Day. How do you guys feel about the fact that Attack on Titan season 2, after 4 years, is coming out on April 1st?
It's a myth.
April 1st.
Yeah. Yeah, about that.
I'll believe it when I see it.
How hilarious would that be?
That'd be awful.
If they troll us so hard.
Just like if Crunchyroll puts up the first episode, it's just the like creator of it just comes onto the screen. Just that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, people in the chat are like, Animac Kamina, my mind is blown. I knew it. There's someone always who is like, what? Every time I bring that up. Oh, yes. I am a very multi-layered person, guys.
Multi-layered. So you you're.
Are you an
Why are
onion
you
or-
multi-layered?
Like, I wear a lot of layers when it's cold.
You know what else has layers? Onions.
Onions have layers.
Oh.
Onions have layers.
Onions are healthy for you. I like that.
Oh fuck no.
Yeah, they are, bro.
I was waiting for you to do your impression, Mac.
Oh no, my voice is too shot to be that Scottish.
And by the way,
Scottish.
guys, if you're thinking, if I eat a lot of onions, girls won't kiss me. If you're a real man, they will, and they will like it.
If you're a real man.
If you're a real
Yeah.
man and you eat raw onions, your eyes would water. Ugh.
Your eyes
I don't
water
make-
like a man.
It
I want
makes
some
you
onion
feel
rings now.
emotional, right?
Dude,
Makes
I
you
love
I'd be
onions.
down for some onion rings.
Yeah, you think Yoko wouldn't have kissed Kamina just because he ate some onions? You're wrong, bro. Any other issues you guys here or in the chat want to discuss before we wrap up this stream that was revolutionary and that PewDiePie is going to watch for sure 100%?
Remember when you couldn't do a custom thumbnail unless you were a YouTube partner? That goes way back, but that was fun. It's like
I don't remember
you just
that.
hope that your thumbnail's gonna be good, and it just most of the
It's
time it wasn't.
always the stupidest face. When you're
Exactly,
like,
and then the
mouth
few-
is
the few
open and
times-
like,
Yeah, exactly. And then the few times you actually do get it, it's like, hey, I like this one. But most of the time, it's just some random part. And then I remember when that was a thing. It's like I could all of a sudden. I'm like, holy crap, this is the best day ever. But glad that's not a thing. I think that's a sign of YouTube actually kind of getting their stuff together. But I mean,
To be honest, if you just saw a thumbnail with a person's face on it, would you guys watch it?
depends on the face.
I was gonna say it depends whose face.
If it was
and-
Animac's face, probably. If it was Cyanide's face, probably. If it
If it was
was
you, Macklenot, and I witnessed that mustache, I would say, hell yeah, I would watch it.
Okay, so last question of the day from Mahmoud Katal. He says, if you could name a hentai, what would you name it?
oh, depends. Can we? Oh,
It's your job, so you have to do it. Like, you're getting paid money for this. It's your job. You can't say, no, I wouldn't name it anything.
what's the hentai about?
Up to you. Completely up to you at this point.
Oh wow!
That's a lot of thinking.
Right, that's too hard.
That's a good question.
Max mustache rides.
Oh, he doesn't go for subtle. He doesn't go for subtle.
You know what? I'm not saying I would watch it, but I would give the first few minutes a try. Give that. I don't even know.
You wouldn't give it the 1 to 3 episode test?
It depends. I thought it would just be like a one episode thing. I thought that'd be pretty straight to the point.
Oh, it could be Mac the Hawaii King. That's a good one.
Could be.
I would not watch that, but
I would not.
I don't think I would either. You know, I don't think I would.
What? Surprising. What? I don't understand.
For mine, I'll go with something like Animac ASMR After Dark, something like that.
Ooh.
After dark. Ooh.
After dark, yeah. Ooh.
I think I would. It's quite obvious what I will call mine.
Is it?
Yeah, you might already know that.
Oh,
Recon no
Recon no
Piku.
Piku?
Exactly.
Oh,
Recon no Piku. It's quite obvious. It comes with a name.
I know.
Oh.
He already had his. He already did.
We're gonna get another Shota Yaoi series. Oh no.
I already had mine straight up. Recon no Piku.
Touche. Brent, what about you? You can
Cyanide
include something
Blizzard.
from One Piece.
I wouldn't. I can't. Like, expose
Oh my
that.
god.
Cyanide Blizzard reveals it all.
Oh, guys, it's Rose.
Rose
Rose dropped in. Hey, Rose, you
Rose.
wait till you hear what we're discussing.
I heard. That's
You're
why
at the
I'm
best
here.
time right now.
Obviously. I was like, you guys are talking about hentai? I'm here. Got it. Just kidding.
You have like a book full of hentai.
Let me drop my expertise
God.
down on you.
Mac.
Speaking of hentai, Mac,
Mac.
I think
your
we.
friend.
you know, we talked about Mac the Yaoi King, and a naked guy comes out in the room that Mac's in.
Yep. Yeah, it happened.
That was good.
Someone please do like a best moments from Rant Café edit.
No.
Like we
Yes.
have a lot.
Best moments of Rant Cafe. A naked guy comes out of Mac's dorm.
I mean, it's not like it's already happened twice or anything like that.
Twice.
Yeah.
It's all good.
And no, but this time I liked it because the guy was like into it. Like the other guy was like
Yeah.
embarrassed.
It's
Like,
accepted.
I'm here.
This guy was like,
Yeah.
It was like, hey.
this guy was like, feast your eyes, peasants.
Macklenot has been exposed.
That's it. I am a professional. Yeah, I'm sorry. It's gone. It's gone.
Rose, by the way, guys, Rose is going to Korea. She's moving to Korea soon, but we hope that she'll be still joining us for some Rant Cafes. Anything you want to say, Rose, before you tell us your hentai title?
Oh, jeez. No, hi. I had a lot of fun on Rant Cafe, and if I could come all the time, I totally would. But 13 hours difference. I feel like, what time is that? 5 o'clock.
Wait, are you moving to Korea forever?
Too much.
No, just for a year.
Are
But
you going to school?
I'm actually going to teach.
Oh.
I'm old.
He's going to teach humans.
This is going to teach young Korean
About
boys.
hentai.
Oh my god.
So give us your first step on how to title your series.
Oh, what's your? Oh no, what?
That's right. You're put right on the spot. There's no escape.
You'll
Probably heard of Recon no Piku.
Yeah. See, all these are so good. I feel like my title wouldn't compare in any way.
Okay, I have an
so-
idea for you. Alpaca Love.
Okay.
Alpaca love.
Wouldn't Llama Love work so much better?
I know, but it's an alpaca.
No.
Is it though? I don't know.
The great debate. That is the great debate.
Sponsored by Hentai Haven.
But apparently Hentai Haven, they have their own Discord.
Oh, good.
But it's not as good as our Discord. Link in the description.
I'm gonna go advertise my YouTube channel on there.
It's also not as pornographic as our Discord. Link in the description.
This stream has turned from chatting about copyright and PewDiePie into hentai.
Well,
Sounds like
isn't
a
it
good
all the
stream.
same thing?
This is a natural course of discussion, talking about copyright strikes, the fair balance use, the existential nature of our existence, hentai.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I agree. I agree with everything that was just said.
So
And by the way, Rose, we were also talking about husbando wars. We want to incorporate that for all our female viewers who are sick of us talking about Rem and Amelia. So sometime down the line, we should do like a Rant Cafe where we also talk about husbando wars. But I want you and Bryn to really go at it.
Oh, I will be there. I will be there 100%. I will make it a note in my schedule calendar to.
Yeah, we'll talk because I want to find a husbando that both of you like, and then you got to fight for him.
Kirito.
Wait for it. Yeah. Well, He's not bad.
That blonde guy.
I got
who's
lists.
like
That blonde-
something. I don't know his name.
There's so many.
Yosuke or something like that. I don't know.
Kamina. There we go. Then you can be in on that one. We
Yes.
talk about
I
Kamina.
think he would win though.
Fine. I can judge.
Right.
Who
there
is
you go.
worthy of Kamina.
Who is worthy? Who gets
Excellent.
Kamina?
Excellent. It'll be whoever says that I'm most like Kamina. I will be like, you win.
You.
You
Trump
flatter
card.
me. You win.
Yeah.
People in the chat are like, sponsored by Hentai Haven. No, we're not. By the way, Mac, if we were on Twitch, we would probably get banned for all your crazy naked roommates.
Right.
Hey, no, he used to play like. See, I used to kind of have my camera here. That's his station over there.
Oh,
he
nice.
He used to play like half naked all the time, and I'm still there. So we're good. I think we got it.
Awesome.
Should have got
All
it
right.
in. Curtis.
Somebody restrain Soul Maka in the chat for the love of God. Soul.
More yaoi from Mac.
Well, that was my name, Mac the Howie King. We already have it started right here. Man comes in with the towel on.
Oh yeah, you did.
Where does it go from there?
We have
Mac,
we have a lovely conversation about the meaning of life, and then we all go get dinner. The end.
Mac, here's a good question. Who does the housework? You or your roommate?
We all do because we're all adults.
Ah, okay.
Yeah. We got it. We all got to pick up your stuff.
Yeah, adult stuff. No one likes that.
Mm.
No one likes that.
What's an
How are
adult?
you even adult?
Yeah, I will never grow up, guys. Like, that's boring. That stuff is boring. Did Rose
Why do you
drop
think
out?
I do first impressions?
Yeah, she froze.
I do first
Yeah,
impressions
Rose.
because I'm actually a big kid. That's why I don't do a face reveal either, because I don't want it to be associated with my work, so in case people decide not to hire me.
Have you shown your face to any of your friends yet, Cyanide?
Yeah, no, there are people that know what I look like, so.
Oh.
Yeah, I show my face because I'm like, I'm all in, baby. If you don't want to give me a job because I like anime.
I don't know.
Person I want to work for.
Oh, see, for me, it's not so much that, as more so that I just act like a big idiot, so. They're probably like, well, this is a little questionable, and I go, you know what? That's perfectly reasonable. Have a nice day.
So you're saying that you don't want your professional life to negatively influence your anime life rather than the other way around.
Actually, yeah, that is true.
All right. I get it.
I love you all. I don't know why.
A
You
lovely.
don't know why you love us?
Yeah, I just love you all.
That,
Can I have a harem?
that exactly sounds like someone who likes Rem.
No, I want to have each and every single one of you. What?
Oh my.
I love you all. I don't know why. Oh, Briggs, yes.
Savage.
Literally Rem fanboy 101.
The burn. Look
Fuck
at
you,
the burn.
Briggs.
It's right there. Rose just popping in and out. So
Yeah.
Well,
a
that is
lovely
Rose.
woman. I just welcomed her back, and she's already gone, unfortunately. But yeah, like I was thinking about wrapping it up soon. If you guys, unless you want to keep talking about some other stuff. I don't know what there is after hentai though. It's like I feel like we've done it all.
I don't know.
We talk
Josh
about-
Dunphy wants to know who'd be in your harem.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Which girls would you like in your harem?
So maybe choose like 4. Maybe 3.
girls.
We'll go 4. We'll go 4.
4.
Oh man, but these are serious questions, man.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Go ahead, choose them.
We're serious people. But yeah.
You can't just throw that out there and then ask me to just choose on the spot, man. I gotta give this some
Right?
Yeah, me and Anime
gotta do
Recon
some
love people
research
for a
here.
reason, right? We're not like we have logic behind who we like, unlike Rem. I don't know.
I don't need any research. I already know my ladies.
Okay,
Are you
go.
gonna hit one as like
Four.
character
Go.
type, or are you trying to go for all the same thing here?
Me right now? You want me to do it right now?
You said you know, so go ahead.
All right. Number 1, of course, you know the maid of the year, Rem, gets to be in my harem.
The
Number
maid of the
2.
year. Okay,
Number 2 would be Rias Gremory from High School DxD.
not good choice.
Are you serious? She's like the hottest anime girl ever made, bro.
Well, no,
Okay.
Villetta knew is, but go ahead.
All right, fine. 3rd place is Asuna Yuki from SAO.
Classic.
And in fourth place would be Erza from Fairy Tail.
Can you? Okay, so you have Rem and then just a bunch of redheads.
Yeah, because redhead girls in anime are the best.
Then just go for Ram.
Ram is pink haired, you idiot.
It's that's lightish red. That's
Yeah.
It's
Ram is
Mac.
pink.
Who is the moderator? Exactly. It's a hue of red. So,
Who I don't even like Ram, man. Who likes Ram? She's
Ram's
barely anything.
I think Roswell likes her.
It's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, that's right.
By the way, Supreme Leader Snoke says the things to talk about hentai dank Lord of the Rings memes. That's the next step after hentai. I don't know. For me, it has to be like Valletta and Colin from Code Geass, and then I have to throw in like Yoko, and then I don't know who the fourth would be, guys. I don't know.
Piku.
Fuck off. Fuck off. I don't know. This is hard. Cyanide, what about you, bro?
Take time, man. I'd have to look into that more because it depends. What am I building this top 4 based off of? That's tough stuff. There's a lot of great ladies out there, so it's it requires thought, it requires careful planning, research, secondary opinions.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Because I mean, like, yeah.
I have at least
You
3
just-
like badass chicks. I need one now that's just kind of like more mellow, but I don't know who. I don't. Well, next Rant Cafe, we'll get back to you with our list of at least 4 harem waifus, and for the girls, husbandos.
Fandoms.
Choose Kirito, please.
No.
Well, I mean, husbandos or waifus. What if I want to put Kamina in there just to like motivate me on the side? Like, I don't know,
Right.
3 is enough. It's like 3 females is enough. Cost Kamina there, just wake me up every morning and get me going.
Okay, well, we're talking about
Like-
a harem. We're not talking about who your friends are, man.
Right? Like, there are categories
Well,
here.
maybe,
We're talking
maybe
about,
I
like,
swing both ways, man.
Maybe you do, but like, that's news to me if that's the case.
Tis not the case.
Okay. Rose, top 4 husbandos.
Asra and Zala for all
yeah,
4.
Oh,
All 4, Asra and Zala.
What about that Yohei guy or something? Some blonde guy or Yosuke or something?
still hasn't seen it. Should probably do
I
that.
don't know what we're talking. What? Who?
Not Clan Ed at all.
Oh.
Don't worry, because you've started watching it already, right? Like
Yeah.
all through it.
It's trash. I hate it so much. It's the worst
Same,
thing
same.
ever.
Glad we're on the same page.
I'm gonna start watching it this Saturday. Watch out.
Oh yeah.
Actually, though, yeah, because I'm gonna be on a plane.
Oh, that's
So
true.
I
Oh, I
Yes.
On
didn't
a
know.
plane for like
Do you
18
wanna-
hours or something.
Do you want to do that on a plane though?
Cry publicly? Yes,
Alright.
definitely.
Then Clan Ed's the one for you. Go for it.
Yep. So I'll watch that on the plane. Anyone have any other suggestions? Feel free to let me know.
Still haven't watched
You
any
won't
of
be able to
these.
handle anything else for a while after collab.
Oh well.
You
I
could
guess I'll
probably do
spend-
Angel Beats all on the plane.
all in one go. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's 14 hours plane ride. So
Jeez.
you got it. Don't
Yeah.
worry.
okay.
I mean, I'd hit up Steins Gate if I were you, but
That was also on my list of things. So I'll alternate between Steins Gate and Clanad. How about that?
By the way, I want a free coffee for the roll up the rim, but I was looking for that car or something.
I mean,
Oh, by the
both
way,
coffee
guys,
and
there's
car
good
start with a
news.
C.
Sword Art Online Ordinal Scale is released in Japan in just 15 hours.
cool. I'm looking forward to not watching that.
I'll watch it, but I'm not like super excited, you guys.
I'll
No, I'm
watch it. I'll
definitely gonna watch it.
definitely watch it. It's coming out in 15 hours. I can't wait. But it probably won't be subbed, but I'll definitely wait for the sub to come out.
I don't know. When I watch it, I'll see if I like it. If I don't like it and you do, then we should do a debate about it.
I don't know if I
Recon.
should make a full reaction to it, to be honest. I don't know if I should.
That's a long reaction.
I know. I don't know. Can't be bothered to put up a fucking 1 hour long reaction. on
Hour and a
YouTube.
half, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be an hour and a half. I might just watch it on my own and then maybe do a review about it. I'm not really a reviewer. I suck at reviews, to be honest.
Now's the time to start.
Nope.
Got-
I suck at reviews.
All right. All right.
You shut that down real quick.
By the way, guys, so we'll wrap it up now. But everyone in the chat, I want you to think about some waifu, fourth waifu suggestions for me, and then come to the Discord, link in the description, and then you can let me know who should be my fourth waifu. And remember, I'm mostly right now I'm a badass tsunderes, so I'm gonna need some homelier waifu to balance it out. But I am taking your suggestions. And before we go, I'll let you guys all introduce yourselves. Not introduce, but kind of say who you are and what you do. We'll start with Anime Recon.
What is up, my boys? My name's Anime Recon, and I do seasonal anime reactions on brand new anime. And I also do top 10s to provide you people with recommendations based on the genres. And of course, hashtag Team Recon no Piku, boys.
Brilliant. I like outro. I love it. Briggs.
Yeah, I'm Briggs from All Day Anime. I make all the fact videos, everything you need to know about characters in series. Just little interesting tidbits. That's mainly what I focus on. I hopefully want to do some impressions someday, but I don't know if I'm gonna get to that. And that's about it. I need to think about 3 more waifus or 3 more people to add to my harem, because all I really got is Mio Fringy. And I don't know if it's illegal to put her 4 times, so I don't know.
No, you can. You have to do all different ones, man. This is the real world, bro. You can't just clone people. You can't just clone these fictional characters. Bryn, let's go with you.
I'm Bryn from Bryn's Fandoms. I do anime stuff, content. Lately, it's been a lot of first impressions because the season has just started. However, we're kind of in the middle of that. So now we're going back to reviews. So watch out for that this week coming up. And yeah, just anime content on my channel. And that's where you can find me at Bryn's Fandom. So hey.
Yeah, and very nice quality hair as well, Bryn.
Thank you.
Don't forget.
Yes.
Don't forget Maybelline.
A+. Yeah. Don't want to copyright it though, but yep.
Yeah. No, but sponsoring, we do take sponsorship
Yes, yeah.
deals.
We'll take the sponsor though.
Yeah. Cyanide Blizzard.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cyanide Blizzard. I'm very honored to be
Speak
here
up.
today. I no longer do first impressions. I've now switched over to ASMR, which means that I talk like this, and then I also talk like this as well.
Oh, now your channel's
Before
gonna
I
blow
go
up,
back
man.
over here, please tune in. I promise that you may be slightly entertained, and hopefully you get some good tingles from this video.
Oh. And he blew in the mic. Oh.
No.
Yeah. I love it. Love it. I'm confused. I'm scared, and I love it. But, thanks, Cyanide. By the way, everybody's links are in the description if you want to check them out, and I recommend that you do. Macklenot.
Oh, me. Wow. My name's Mac. My voice is going, and I make satirical. Is that a word? Satire, sort of just sarcastic anime things on the YouTubes, and I stream on the Twitch machine, and sometimes that's fun. So if you like that, just come on over, and we'll have a ball and old time.
Yeah, Mac's a big streamer, a big satirist, so he's in trouble, of course, like PewDiePie, but we all wish him well. And this week I streamed also, like yesterday, I'm streaming today again on Saturday, so I feel like Mac now. I'm streaming every freaking day.
What do you stream?
Anime discussions. Are you talking Mac?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Mac plays video games on the Twitch.
What video games? On what?
Well, it
Console,
depends on the
PC?
day too, because there's different themes as well. Mac,
Is
you
it
should talk all
PC
about
or
that.
PS4 or what? Xbox?
Everything, all of it.
Oh God.
But no, it's usually on PC. Sometimes on PlayStation, but not as much because I don't like the layout that the
Briggs has
PlayStation
left
gives.
us. He was
Hi,
a good
Briggs.
soldier.
Thanks,
He
man.
left.
He's like, screw this. I
He
don't.
died with honor.
By the way, I'm gonna ban ASMR whispering from you guys on Rant Café from now on.
I think that's a little
Bam.
prejudice. And a little offensive as well.
And finally, Rose from Simply Rose.
I'm Rose from Simply Rose. I do anime reviews, hauls, vlogs, figure stuff, and all that jazz. Hello, thanks for having me. It's been fun.
Our pleasure, Rose. Have a safe trip to Korea, and we know you're gonna be in touch, and we're gonna keep up to date. And you can let us know what's gonna happen the next day because you're gonna be in the future.
Do
So
vlog
you
your
can,
trip.
Tell us,
I will.
what's going on a day ahead of time. It's gonna be very Steins Gate. It's gonna be excellent. And yeah, thank you everyone for being our guests consistently. Thanks to all you people in the chat and people who are watching right now who have been consistently supporting Rant Café. That means a lot to us that we built a following and an audience that cares about this podcast and what we have to say. And I know a lot of you have work and stuff, so you can't watch live, and you watch afterwards. And if you are watching afterwards, I see you, man. I see you, and I acknowledge you. And you weren't expecting that because you thought I was gonna talk about the live people, but I'm talking about you too. And now, after that awkwardness, thank you everyone for coming, and I will see you next time, Space Cowboys.
I love you all. Goodbye.
Bang.
I love you.